everyone and welcome back to Kenji Martial Arts. Now today I want to talk about the importance of live training and the dangers of preset training. Now first of all, what is live training in martial arts? It's a situation where you can use a certain set of skills against one or multiple opponents. And you can use those skills in any order you want to tactically beat your opposition. These can be striking based, grappling based, both. Or you could even be acting out a self-protection scenario, in which case your goal is to deal with a threat and escape. Preset training is the complete opposite. You know what your opponents are going to do and you know what you need to do to win. So things like 1-step, 3-step, 5-step sparring and pre-arranged fight sequences. Now the benefits of live sparring matches are that it gets you thinking tactically, gets you used to working under pressure, can help you develop the right mindset for these situations, and quite importantly helps you deal with unpredictability. That is the key phrase, unpredictability. Because you never ever know what's going to happen, especially in a self-protection situation. Now let me use a football match as an example. Two teams are going to play against each other soon. Now both teams are going to practice on the lead up to the match. So they'll do all sorts of preset drills. Let's think of these as combinations almost. They'll have practice matches with other players in their team and they'll use these drills and combinations and their tactics that they know to win. Now, one team is going to practice against a team that's going to do the exact same thing every single time. A preset form, if you will. They'll move into certain positions, pass to the exact same players, run at the same speed, etc, etc. Now the other team is going to practice against players who are unpredictable. They don't know what's going to happen, but they'll use the tactics and skills that they trained to work out what they need to do to win. Okay, so match day rolls around. One team practiced against preset team, they did the same thing again and again, they knew what to do to win each time. The other team practiced against an unpredictable set of opponents, so who do you think will win? I shouldn't really even have to say it, but I will anyway. The team who practiced against a preset opponent are worse than useless. They only know a sequence that's going to go one way. They don't know anything about the unpredictability that will happen in this game. They can't adapt, they can't think tactically, they can't improvise, they can't work under this pressure. Because they won against a preset opponent hundreds and hundreds of times in practice, it will give them an inflated ego and a terrible false sense of confidence. Now I don't watch football, but could you imagine the uproar and scandal if a Premier League team did not train properly? They would get absolutely roasted. Now why on earth do some martial artists play the same way? Don't get me wrong, like in football, there are all sorts of drills and other things you can do to practice to help bolster and improve your skill set. But they are not the main purpose of training. So when it comes to match day, when it comes to that unpredictable tournament fight, when it comes to that unpredictable self-protection situation, there's no safety net and you'll fight using the same drills and tactics you used when you trained. Did you prepare properly? Now I would say I was definitely part of this safe practice preset training thing when I used to train in Taekwondo. I had the world's biggest sense of false confidence. Now I never got into a fight outside of the dojo or competition, but if I did I would be shocked to my core because I didn't know what a real fight was. I didn't know what real violence was. I did tons and tons of solo training in preset forms all the time, being told that this was readying me for street fighting. And it did not do me any favours whatsoever. But because I wasn't exposed to anything else, I didn't understand that it was useless. It inflated my ego and made me think that I was unstoppable and invincible. For myself and the hundreds of other McDojo students training with me, it was dangerous. Now before I leave you today, I want you to think, what are you training for? Context is king. Are you training for self-protection? Competition, cultural interest, simple exercise, whatever. Just make sure that you're getting what you were sold by your instructor or your organisation. Half the problem was I had an instructor, in fact a whole series of instructors, who said the exact same BS propaganda and promoting bad ideas. The other half of the problem was my dumb ass believing it. Food for thought. Anyway, that's all from me today, so if you could please drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, hit me up on Insta, and of course I wish you all the best with your training. Take care.